So, you be wanting to dip your toes into Archeage Unchained, but you're a wee bit squirrely about this whole tab targeting system. Well, not to worry, lads. Old Skull Monkey here's got your back. Sorry, I can't keep talking like that. I'd love to, but my voice would die. Anyway, my name is Skull Monkey, and I wanted to make this video for all of you fellow BDO refugees out there, or anyone who's used to an action combat system, who is trying out ArcheAge for the first time or returning, and are just struggling with the tab targeting system. I know that when I came back to the game about 3.5 months ago, it was kind of the biggest thing that was off-putting to me, so I wanted to share some of my tips and tricks that I did to make the game a much more fluid action combat experience for me. The good news is that ArcheAge actually has a pretty flexible keybind system, and through a little bit of trickery, you can reassign your keybinds to kind of emulate BDO's combat system. Now, it definitely won't be as smooth as BDO, but you can get almost halfway there. The main differences between ArcheAge's tab target system and BDO's action combat system is that BDO uses a soft targeting system and fires off their skills by combining a variety of directional movement keys or modifier keys with various keys close to your directional movement keys on your keyboard. Now, while you can't create keybinds with your directional movement keys or left and right mouse button, you can use just about any other key or modifier key combo on your keyboard and mouse in ArcheAge. So you can actually emulate a lot of the same combos that BDO uses to fire off your skills. And while you can't soft target in ArcheAge, there are a couple of options you can enable to help automatically target your first target, as well as a variety of AoE skills which you don't require targets to fire off at all. Also, full disclosure, I don't claim to remotely be an expert on ArcheAge, and while keybinds aren't really rocket science, I'm sure there are better keybind setups out there than mine. This will at least give you some ideas on how you can customize your keybinds for your own personal playstyle, and possibly show you something you haven't thought of before. So, without further ado, let's get into it. So first off, right here we have our basic 1 through 10 piano key setup. That's hot garbage. Most people don't like that, so let's start changing that right off the bat. So the first thing we do is we go into options, and we want to go down to shortcuts and just enable all the shortcut bars. And then you want to click on the shortcut bars section down here to start customizing them. I usually start with number 5. You can start with wherever else is comfortable for you, but I start here, and the goal that I'm trying to pull off here is emulating the same key combos I used in Black Desert to fire off skills. So I'm thinking F, Shift F, Q, Shift Q, E, Shift E, that kind of stuff. Now I can't really do directional modifier keys like down and E, down F, down right mouse button, forward left mouse button, that kind of stuff. I can't do that, but I can do Shift and a variety of directional keys. And I can do, again, Shift and Alt and Control and just about any other key on the keyboard, including directional keys. So I'm going to start here with F for 5, and then I'm just going to go right down the lineup for kind of the basic, fire off keys that I used in Black Desert. And then now we're going to go to the second hotbar and just start doing Shift versions of that. Shift F, Shift. And just kind of go down the line here. Oops, I double tapped that. So, and that's easy to fix. If you screw up, you can just go back and reassign it. Now for the third slot bar, again, kind of did that. I like to change it up and throw some mouse button keys in here for my potions. And so I'm going to do, first I'm going to go to middle mouse button, Shift, Control, and Alt. So again, just showing you that you can use various modifier keys to just keep expanding upon the limited keys that are close to your fingers. Again, I'm going to go here and I'm going to hit Shift G, Control G, and then I'm going to do T, Shift T, Control T, and then start doing, keep doing the wheel down. I'm going to do Control E, this one, Control R and Control Q. I'm avoiding Control F because if you hit Control F, that's your flag up key combo. So if you want to purple on someone and steal their packs from your own faction, you need to use Control F to do that. And then you can keep going with the third. You can go all Alt keys, but I'm just going to stop here because I usually only need this section here, and I don't want to take up too much time with this video. So we're going to apply those real quick. And so now you can see our keybinds here are, kind of all keys that are close to our fingers. So I can just jump in, I can stealth, I can, oops, let me just fix a couple of things here. I want to swap these guys here so I can backdrop, I can jump over here, do a lot of my key combos. And now I'm able to do them really fast because they're all just right around my fingers. But as you saw there with the behind enemy lines, I kind of had this weird cursor thing interrupting my combo in the middle where I had to kind of move my cursor and place it. So let's fix that. So we want to go into our keybinds, hit options, and then go to the functionality tab. And the one you want to do is skill deployment location. This is going to basically automatically fire off that skill wherever your wherever your cursor is at that specific time. The other thing that is going to help you with targeting is doing this one right here. Auto select target when using skills. Now it's not quite soft targeting, but what it's going to do is it's going to automatically select the closest target to you, and if your skill is within range of that target, it'll fire it off. So let's go back and try out the behind enemy line. So backdrop, boom, and see I didn't even have to move my cursor around, it automatically fired to that direction. Okay, so we're not quite done yet. Now what we need to do is go in and reset some of the default keybinds which got screwed up when we reassigned them to our hotbars. So the first place we want to go to is UI shortcuts, and we want to reset the open character info window. That used to be C, and I'm going to set that to comma, just because it's out of the way, and it's a little nod to the Black Spirit and Black Desert. And so then go over here to game keybinds is the next spot we want to adjust, and this used to be F. I want to actually change that to G, and then I'm going to put the second interaction option to Shift H because I don't really use it that often, so I don't mind it being kind of a little bit of a stretch there. Now the next thing that we want to do is we want to adjust the status sensitive shortcuts. These are for when you're on a mount, glider, vehicle of some kind. And so I like to, since Y and U are kind of like on the other side of the keyboard for me, I like to have these again close at hand. So I'm going to change this one to T, this one to Shift T, and this one to Shift R. Now I know some of you might be saying, but Skull Monkey, didn't we just assign those to our hotbars down below? And yes, we did, but it doesn't matter because when you're on a glider or a mount, all these get grayed out and canceled out, so they don't matter. That allows us to get all fancy with our glider and our mounts. And even though it has these mount icons lit up, they don't actually work, so no worries there. Speaking of mounts, let's go and fix that. So in our setup here, pet controls is the last thing that we're going to be customizing. So in here, what we want to do is we want to set a mount and dismount key, and then various modifiers for various keybinds for our pet skills. So what we're going to do here is for mount, I like to put it on one of my mouse buttons. And if you have, like, I'm not using a fancy gaming mouse, all I'm using is a trackball, Logitech style trackball, and it has a couple extra buttons on it. You can actually take those mouse buttons and assign them to various other keys. And what's great about it is modifier keys work for this as well. So for pet skill 1, I'm going to do mouse 5, but then I'll do Shift 4, Control 4, Shift 5, and Control mouse 5. Oops. There we go. I'm getting all confused. God damn it! Alright. Shift mouse 4. Shift mouse 5. Alright, there we go. Alright, so now I can summon my mount, jump on it, fire off my skills really quick, do all sorts of kind of fun stuff here, and yeah. Anyway, guys, that's my video. Thanks for checking it out. This is my first time making a YouTube video, so I have almost no idea what I'm doing. So please, if you liked the video, let me know in the comments below. Like, subscribe, all that fun jazz, and let me know if you want me to make more of these, because I'd be happy to do so. Also, wanted to give out a bunch of cool shout-outs to a lot of other good content creators. Definitely check out ArcheAge. He's on Twitch and YouTube, has a bunch of great YouTube guides kind of describing the differences between Legacy Archeage, Archeage Unchained, and kind of important things you need to know. Another great guide maker is Bellamy Prime. He's an old-school, hardcore Legacy PvP player on Arya, and has played a lot of different classes, and has a lot of cool, build guides and various class guides that you can check out to see, what are the basics on how to play a class, what skills you should do, the kind of combos that you can fire off, that kind of stuff. And also check out Paradox Gaming. They have an entire ArcheAge 101 series going over various different aspects of the game, and they're all being updated for ArcheAge Unchained, so definitely check out those guys as well. Last but not least, I also wanted to plug some great BDO streamers who have given ArcheAge Unchained a chance and helped the game have this second wind. Those guys are Vert, Masilis, Blade Boquest, Dot Game, Fake Uniform, Envy, Ion Giannis, Cry, QMG Saint, WTF Blue, Shaky Bay, Joe Never Fails, and Ruka777. All highly entertaining streamers and content creators, so definitely check out their channels. Links to them are in the description below. Anyway guys, thanks again for watching, and I hope to see you all in game.